I just got home from work and I wanted to do a real quick review on my Ridgid ice chest. I almost caught myself. I wanted to say 18 volt, but there's nothing 18 volt about this. Hey everybody, my name is James and this is West Tennessee Living. Appreciate you stopping by the channel. The reason why I wanted to do this is because I see a lot of comments on the Ridgid fan page on Facebook. There's a lot of hate over this thing, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it and give you my own opinion about this ice chest. I bought it a year ago when they first come out with it. I think it was like $69 or $79 or something like that. It was really hard to find one. They didn't have them at a lot of Home Depots, but when I finally found it, I got it. I bought it. I've got the pack out set, or it's not called pack out. It's whatever Ridgid decides to call it. But I've got umpteen boxes, and I'm a big time Ridgid fan and user, so I figured I'm going to go ahead and need this. And I want to say this. So what I'm really addressing, my first opinion of this ice chest is it sucks. Just going to be flat honest with you. That's what I thought at first. I was really disappointed with it when I first bought it. I put ice in it, and by the evening, the ice was completely melted. And I thought, man alive, what a piece of junk. You know, it's just, you know, an $80 paperweight. What in the world am I going to do with this? I thought about, you know, maybe cutting a hole in it and putting, you know, my charger cord through it and mounting my batteries, or just using it for something else other than an ice chest. So I went for a while not really using it. But here, just this past, you know, just about a month or so ago, it's starting to get hot out. Got to have a job site ice chest with me. And my attitude towards this ice chest has completely changed. If you're looking at this as an ice box, you know, compared to Yeti or some of these others, then yes, this is a piece of junk. This is not for you. Don't waste your money. This is not going to fit with the same kind of guys that spend $500 and $600 on a cooler. That really makes no sense to me. But if that's who's watching this, more power to you. I have nothing against you. I mean, you buy what you like and have at it. I personally don't need ice that bad. I don't need to spend $500 on a cooler. But again, you have to put this in a different category. This is not the ice chest that you're going to go out for, you know, 7 days and, you know, have everything ice cold. This is not going to keep ice for even 24 hours. And you think to yourself, why would I buy an ice chest that doesn't do that? This ice chest was not designed for that. It was never intended for that. That's not the purpose of it. You're not supposed to put your fish or deer meat in there and expect to keep ice on it for days at a time. This is a job site ice box. I wouldn't even call it or even think about it being an ice chest. This is a container that holds ice for a short period of time. You can put your drinks in it, okay? This is in another category. You cannot think about it as a traditional ice chest. And if you kind of step out of the box on that, this is actually a very useful thing, and I'll show you why. So this morning I went to my roofing supplier. They bought an ice machine for their customers, so I get free ice every time I stop in there. And so this morning around, I don't know, 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that, I went in there and completely filled this thing up to the brim with ice. Okay, I'm going to show you what I have left. Now, it might not be that great. There's ice in there. You know, I mean, it's not completely gone. I mean, obviously the majority of it has melted, but there is still ice. And guess what? This drink is ice cold. It's done its job. I put ice in there this morning. I had ice all throughout the day. My drinks were cold. Even right now, I've got a pack of hot dogs in there. They are ice cold. Again, I don't need to put ice in this thing, and I don't need it to last a week. I'm not that cheap. I don't need to have a bag of ice last me 5 days. So this right here, I mean, everything is bone chilling cold. You stick your hand in that, it's gonna go numb after a few minutes. So yeah, I mean, it's not, the ice is not still solid, but It's doing its job. This is a job site cooler. All of my beverages are cold. My mustard's cold. My hot dogs are cold. My Gatorades are cold. My miniature Diet Dr. Peppers are cold. And you know what? This is still going to be cold through the night. By tomorrow morning, I'm still going to have a few pieces of ice in there. But all I got to do is stop by my supplier and fill up on my way through. I mean, it does what it needs to do. So if you look at it like that, this is actually really cool. It's got Ridgid on it. It's orange. Everything is always better in orange. It's got a really nice handle on it. It's got the Ridgid, you know, quick disconnect pieces where you can mount a box on it. It's stackable. I mean, it's got your brand. It matches everything. The only thing I don't really quite understand is I don't know why they did it a different color. This is gray. All the other boxes are black. And maybe they did that so that, like, if all your boxes are sitting in a row, you know, you see this is a different color and don't go for the wrong box. I have no idea. That's just my guess. But it seems to be really durable. The latches are plastic. The handle's plastic. I wish it had a drain plug, you know, somewhere in it where you could flip it and let the water drain out. But again, don't look at this and compare it to Yeti, because that's not even apples and oranges. This is absolutely nothing compared to a $500 cooler. It's a $70 cooler. It's got Ridgid on it. It matches all my other stuff. It's stackable, and it keeps my drinks cold for the day. I can throw it in the back of the truck. It's real durable. If you look at it like that, it does its job. It does exactly what I want it to do. And I'm actually really happy with it. All the hate that I've seen from people on Facebook concerning this thing, you have one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum. You have the real pretty fellas who spend $500 on a cooler with their Yetis and stuff. Oh man, there's a piece of junk. Doesn't keep ice, you know, more than 12 hours. You have that guy, and then you have the guy all the way on the other end who likes to buy the 89-cent styrofoam gas station cooler. You know, oh, I don't need to spend $80 on a cooler. I can use, you know, me and Dale Jr. can go get a styrofoam one for $2 and it does everything you need. So this is not going to fit for either of those two people. For me, I have everything Ridgid. All my boxes are Ridgid. All my tools are Ridgid. It's stackable. It fits with everything. I like the brand. I like orange, obviously. So I'm a fan of it. I like it. It's not for everybody. At first, I was real hard on this thing. I thought, man, I just wasted $80 and it doesn't even keep ice. But I don't need to keep ice. I just want to keep my drinks cool. I want to keep them cold where I can drink them throughout the day. And I just happen to be lucky where I can get free ice from my supplier. But even I've actually went 2 days already with this. Put ice in it in the morning. It lasts all that day. And even the next day, I'll wake up in the morning, still have some ice, you know, real faint ice in there. But my drinks are still cold throughout the second day. Does it keep ice? No. Does it keep my stuff cold? Yes. So I give it a thumbs up. If you're on the Ridgid platform, I say why not? Just get it. I did. I'm pretty happy with it. My name's James. The channel's West Tennessee Living. I really appreciate you stopping by the channel. If you don't mind, leave me a like. Consider subscribing. And leave me a comment on this thing. Let me know what you think. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the next video.
That's cold.